What's up? So I'm talking about money in my future home. Yeah. So I am pretty much not interested in spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. Um, it's just I could turn all that money into stuff, you know. I could turn that money into like a car or whatever. Uh, Solar, right? And I was pretty annoyed. Like I was doing research on like how long does it take for your poo to decompose in the forest. 2 months. 2 months for your poo to go from poo to indistinguishable dirt, right? And so it's pretty much like, why even care? Why pay $50? Why pay $100 so I could flush my poo in water when I could just poo in a hole? And it's not even a crime. It's not like the poo is there forever. That's forever poo. Nah, it just breaks down. Um, in an arid desert where it never rains, it would take about a year, but it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be permanent. You know what I mean? So why would I? Yeah, why would I pay? You know, $700 or whatever it is for pooping a year when I could just poo in a hole. Yeah, my plan is to use like the tent I use while I'm building my property will later become my outhouse. And I'll just have to go to the outhouse once a day to poo. And then when the trench gets full, I'll freaking bury it completely with some good like decomposing stuff. And then start a new hole, right? Uh, so yeah, it's just so cheap. And then water. Yeah, it might be cheaper to like have a water supply. Like maybe I can order like somebody comes and fills up my water buffalo or something. Maybe I could get a truck and a water buffalo. That'd be cool. Um, yeah. But yeah, the land I was looking at today, I mean, like there were land offers that are about $4,000 for 5 acres, and there's land offers that are like you get more land if I'm willing to go into like 20K or whatever. Could get a lot of land. So, yup, pretty happy with that. It is so much cheaper. I'm saving so much money not living in an apartment. The amount of money I spent in an apartment last year could easily buy some land, and then I would have something that's always appreciating in value. Taxes aren't too bad. Yeah, honestly, here's the appealing thing about the shipping container is it's really cheap to get one to you. You're looking at like $4,000. So they sell shipping containers 40 foot for like $2,000. So tax and shipping together, like maximum is like $4,000. Um, and then like as the time goes on, I can add them. So like the first shipping container will be pretty much the everything. I'll be like Tommy Two Coats, right? I'll have solar panels up top. I'll have the one container with an AC. I had an angle grinder and I got to get another one. I got to get a good angle grinder. Um, and that way you can cut into the container. Angle grinders tear through metal. It's so fast. It's like butter. It is. The comparison of cutting through metal with an angle grinder is like butter. It's completely accurate. Um, hey, make the spinning diamond disc go fast, and that's all you need. So, yeah. Um, use the angle grinder to do things like, or a drill to, like cut a hole for wires and stuff. And then get like an AC, right? Get a good battery solar system with a good AC. Because it's like, here's the dilemma. Do you go with forested and burn wood for heat? Or do you go with arid and dry climate and use the nonstop sunlight for power? Honestly, the arid and dry climate's probably better. It's because you're going to have more power year round. And the worst thing you'll have to do is cool it in the summer. So, which is possible, right? So, a lot of people leave the container outside, and then what they do is they put insulation on the inside, and I'm not doing that at all. I'm insulating the outside, and I will put, maybe it'd be cool if I could insulate the outside. Nah, yeah, it'd probably just be best with like a spray foam. Get like spray foam the gaps, and then put on some like reflective stuff, some insulating stuff. So that'd probably be the best. I've got this stuff right here. It's black on the inside, silver on the outside. That works pretty good. That lowers the temperature a lot, you know. So the appealing thing about the container home is once I have the land and once I have the first container going, I can just wait and add the second, third, fourth, fifth container. I'm a little bit unsure if I need a concrete slab. You know, it'd be great if the ground was like flat and stable. It would be fantastic if the ground was flat and stable. I could put the containers just on the ground. They probably won't settle that much, and just do that. A concrete slab, that'll cost me $10,000 at least. You know, it's like you got to put the rebar mesh down and then fill it up, and it's like a 42 by 42 concrete slab that's a foot deep would be about 65 cubic yards. And so that'd be like $10,000 worth of stuff. So, yep, it's expensive. So maybe I could get a deal. Who knows? Yeah, it's like if the cement truck has to really truck out there too, it's gonna get more expensive. Like if I'm really out of the way, we'll see what happens. Someone's got to do it for people. Anyway, no matter how expensive all that gets, it's still going to be like under 50 grand, and under 50 grand in segments. I could buy the land first, get one container in the dirt. I could even get a small container, get a 20 by 8. 20 by 8 would be big enough. For a 40-foot container is fucking huge. Like I'm thinking about a real home. I'm talking about a 40-foot container times 5 and then 7. See, the plan is that I'm going to have like the containers like this, and then I'm going to put a container there and a container there on top. And so the middle of that on top space will be like a patio. It'd be cool if I ever had kids to put the kids in the across room up top, and then leave the bottom all windowless. The bottom will be completely windowless and reinforced, so nobody can like come up. There's no ladder. You have to have the freaking key to get inside, and then you can go to the top. So, of course, like a lightsaber, you could get an angle grinder and cut a hole through that. You know, maybe that is something that's nice about. Now, if you wanted to break into a modern home, you just drive right through the fucking wall. Wall's made of wood. Remember my parents keeping this room like all clean and pristine. It was so clean and pristine, I wasn't allowed in it. Right? My dad had like, this is the nice stuff, don't ruin it. And I was like, okay, whatever. I just don't believe him. It's like prim and proper. It's just not for me. So yeah, I'm pretty excited that it's just so cheap. It's like I was seeing 5 acres of land for anywhere between $4,000 to $8,000. There was one for like $6,000. You wanna give me cash? You could have these 5 acres for cash, right? And it's like on an official website. It's not like shady. It's like a real realtor. So yeah, I'm hoping to get maybe more than 5 acres. 5 acres for one plot is like you're gonna have neighbors. You're gonna see each other. But if I could get 20 acres with some woods, that would be ideal, right? 20 acres with a naturally occurring wood, that would be really cool. something that's like flat and open to the sky and then has some trees. Yeah, that would be awesome. So we'll see what I find. I still have to save. I am gonna work on building up like a cash reserve. Something I can have part on hand and then part in my account, so it's like nothing to rob. Don't fucking bother me. That shit fucking sucks. Yeah, there's people who got robbed because they had too much Bitcoin, you know what I mean? So when does a robber think it's worth it? $50, $200, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000? What if somebody has cash on hand in the level of 2 million? Then they'd care. Could go grab that. Yeah, it's got to be desperate and foolish. So, but yeah, planning on buying a plot of land and putting some containers on it. A lot of the places are advertising that it's like perfect for off-grid. Really off-grid with solar did a lot for landowners. It really did. Like people, how do you sell something that's not connected to utilities? It's the perfect off-grid getaway. Yeah, kind of what I'm doing. So, yeah, I live in a car now. I paid $4,000 for this. And it's allowed me to save so much money because you show up to a site, you can stay there for 2 weeks. So what you do is you do go grocery shopping, load up, and then you stay there for 2 freaking weeks. This thing works pretty good. You'll hear it when it gets them. It's just a quack. No, false alarm. So anyway, yeah, that's the plan. I'm super excited. Like, there's not much I can do right now but wait. But yeah, over time, that's going to be the plan to get me all grounded, is to do some homesteading. Can you imagine? They used to let you claim 160 acres back in the day. You used to be able to claim 160 acres. That's like rare. They let you do that. Here he is. He came back. Hey, bug. Get in the thing. Got him. He got double tapped. Little fucker. Yeah, we just had a big rain and now it's hot. And so, yeah, all the fucking buggos came out. Had a fire last night. Yeah, it's like the forest is appealing for having a lot of stuff to burn. You want to do things like lumber. You want to do things like have a fire forest. You'll have some snow too. It'll get cold. But kind of the downside is that you're not going to have that pure solar presence all the time. And so maybe you could be more hidden. I just don't know. And I don't know. It's like ideal would be land that's flat. So it'd be way easier to work with the connexes. I would love it if the land was flat and it could hold a connex without sinking, without settling over time. Like maybe I don't even need to put the concrete down first. Maybe I can just get the first connex and live out of that for a while until I have enough to buy the concrete slab and then start putting the connexes on it. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. It's exciting. Some people were talking about knocking out all the interior walls, like you put all 5 connexes together and then you knock out the insides. And so you just have a big room. And I was thinking about not doing that. I was thinking about insulating the walls between them. So before I smush them together, I spray them up with foam and then press them together. And then later I come in with like an angle grinder and cut through the walls and make doors. So it'd be like making one door each. What's up, Bert? No, that's not food. I gave you seeds. There's seeds up there. They're pecking at the fire, but that freaking the log has all these seeds on it. The pile of seeds, and they're pecking at the firewood. Oh, whatever. Maybe that's a sign you want to burn. Maybe that's what it is. They're showing me you want to burn wood. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, imagine that like a 40-foot Connex is huge. You get in one and look through it, it's like pretty big. I can stand up and have room. I could fit my car in it. I could fit this car. I could drive it into the Connex and have room to walk around. Yeah, so it's pretty big. And you don't need more than a 40-foot Connex for your house. But if I had 7 40-foot Connexes, I'd have a full ass compound. I would have like so much. So, yep. I'm planning on just enhancing like one property and getting it and all that. It's gonna be key. It's like I'm looking for a town. I'm looking for a nice big property that's open and flat, good views, that has a town for support. The town has to have things like more than one grocery store. The town has to have things like uh, cool names. It has to be called cool stuff. Disappointment. There's yeah, there's a freaking place near Portland called Disappointment. It's like this overlook for the sea called Disappointment. I'm like, why would they call it that? That's crazy. Um, yeah, I'm in kind of East Oregon right now. It's like super dry and foresty, like high pine. West Oregon is a lot greener and way more populated. A lot more people like that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of pines, but when the trees become real trees again, it's super nice. It's so nice. Cool air. The bad part about the Connexes is they can rust. The good news about the Connexes is if you get it in like an arid environment and paint it over, it probably won't rust within like 50 years. You know what I mean? Like containers being used on the sea can use their life up in 25 years. But if that container's just sitting on a patch of desert, who knows? You know. But yeah, container home, pretty cool. Um, excited for it. Definitely excited for it. I think I'm gonna leave the doors. I'm definitely gonna remove the ability to lock the doors from the outside because you don't want to get locked in. But one of the doors ought to be like lockable from the inside or whatever. Lockable, yeah. You don't want the door to be lockable from the fucking outside because you can get locked in. Someone can fucking prank your ass. Have to get an angle grinder to cut a hole. But yeah, tricky. Who knows? Oh, that's how you do it. Yeah. You put locks on the front. You lock the door open. That's what you do. Is you lock the door so it can't be closed with you in it. You lock it from the outside. And then when you leave, you lock it closed. That's the way. Yeah. You don't want to get stuck in a shipping container. There are people who died that way. Hey, we're transporting you, human trafficking. Everyone paid a big sum to freaking get in this thing, right? And it's like they just left them locked in there. It's sad. Yeah. Living alone on like a property far from stuff, like I couldn't imagine doing the work or the hustle required to have a multi-million dollar property. It's like these Hollywood celebrities go so big. Like you're gonna live in a place that has a $50,000 monthly expense for maintenance, and it's like, yeah, he makes multiple $1,000,000 a year. Of course, he can afford that. That's crazy to me. I'm going for like maximum $50,000. So people just aren't honest enough for me yet. I don't think so. I think too many people hide or don't say what's really going on. I'd rather say it. So yeah, this guy works so good. Yeah, having the roof all insulated and then hooked up with solar powering my AC. That's gonna be chilly. That's gonna be really cool. I could live in one Connex out there for a while. Save up for a while to get like a concrete slab and build like a compound. Maybe my first Connex won't be the 40 footer. Maybe it'd be the 20 footer, 20 by 10. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Get some land, 20 by 10, shade it. How I would shade it, this is how I would shade it really. I would get a big ass tarp and I would go up on top of the Connex and I would raise the Connex. I would like push it up, right? Put 4 legs on it and drape the tarp over that and then hammer the tarp down so the whole box has like a layer of air under it. And then I would put solar off site, like over, like behind the Connex toward the sun. And then I would use that to power the AC. And then that thing would be freaking cool. The thing would be like 70 degrees. Weird bump on my head. Nails are good for taking care of your skin. Oh, yeah. Everything you need to do, cleaning your eyes, anything. So I'm just excited. I got nothing to do but wait for my Connex home. I've lived in a Connex before. I'm really appealed by the Connex's price. Like, you're talking about like $4,000 for a good one. That's with delivery and tax. You can't beat that. So you can get land for $4,000, a Connex for $4,000, and then you can get like a solar system with AC for another, like $2,000 to $4,000. So you're talking about a full home for 12, right? And then you can always add like, we're gonna get a fucking truck to tow, and then get a water buffalo, right? Get a truck and some water buffalo. Like I go for weeks at a time with several gallons. You can get 5-6 gallons of water, and if you're not showering, yeah, it's drinking water. That's all you need. So, yep. The key is gonna be good, cheap land, the size I like, the location I like, and the location matters. Like, is there a town you can go to? Can you grocery shop? Can you go to a hardware store? Like, that stuff matters. So, and I'll be saving a ton of money, like $10,000 in a year. That's about as much as rent. Yeah, $10,000. I'll be saving. I was spending about $1,000 on rent plus utilities before, so only spending like a year that's $12,000. I could easily do this if I hadn't lived in an apartment that past year. I could have done this, right? So that's why I'm doing it. And then like as the years go on, it's like, well, I'm going to add another Connex. I'm going to add another Connex. I'm going to add another Connex. And then suddenly I've got like a whole freaking, some people do a divide where they do a Connex and then they have like a flat patio and do another Connex. That might be smart. Maybe I'll start with one 20-foot Connex, go to another 20-foot Connex. Yeah, I could get a lot of Connexes. And then eventually I'll have the point where it's like, all right, concrete slab time, 42 foot by 42 foot concrete slab. And then that's where I like start doing the big Connex base. Maybe I'm going to meet a woman I like and we start having kids, and that'll be the kid compound. Right. If I were to like deliberately go like, I'm going to start breeding, I would get multiple women to do that. Just like, it's more efficient. Guys are trash though. Guys absolutely do not respect guys. If a guy likes a girl, oh, that guy doesn't exist. Fuck him. Right. And I haven't been that way. Oh, you're with a man? I'll stop talking to her, but I'm not going to be like, maybe you should think about me. Nah, that's just stupid. Wasting everyone's time and being rude. You know what I mean? As much as I criticize the wedding band, it's pretty clear. The wedding band in diamonds says how much money he has and how much he likes her. You know what I mean? And if she wears it, it says a lot about how much she likes him. So, yeah, I'm excited though, living in this Connex house. I mean, even like the beginning, like a tiny 20 by 10 or 20 by 8 costs like, a couple grand. So you're talking about land for 4, that for, yeah, man, I could do that now. I've got that amount of money now. I could buy some land and have a Connex delivered to it and start building right now. Right? It's pretty appealing. It's actually getting exciting. So that's going to be the plan. I've done a lot. I did a lot like social work recently. I did a big um the social work was crazy. I had the power that is won't acknowledge my existence yet, but I did things that will change the course of history, hopefully for the better. Um, yeah. I love that Donald Trump has fake gold in the Oval Office. Like, what a little playman. Donald Trump, the serious politician, I can't stand it. Donald Trump, the comedian, yeah, it's funny as fuck. He's actually like, he's a good fucking arm rubber. He is. He's like, Donald Trump seems like he'd be fun to have around. But like when he's like seriously dealing with things, I don't know. That stresses me out. Whatever. Maybe he's good for us. Donald Trump. Definitely the expression of maximum capitalism. A huge New York landlord won the presidency. Like, yeah, duh. That's just 1-2, right? So, yeah. I'm pretty excited though about living in my new home. Um, yeah. I got to do research on like solar AC, solar fridge. Um, and 11 miles to town, that's not bad. Some of these little places I was looking at were like 11 miles to town. Good mountain views, cheap. $4,000 for 5 acres and 11 miles to a grocery store. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah. Definitely, I want to be protected by the mountains. I don't want to get into a tornado alley. Um, I would love to have like real trees. But honestly, like if the weather is really arid and summery, I can do solar all the time. There might be a solar replacing technology soon, like those nickel batteries I keep talking about. It's a battery you don't need to charge. It constantly puts out 4 volts, made out of nickel. And it's like, yeah, you wouldn't need a solar. You would just need 300 of those in sequence. And then you would have all the power you need for 50 years. So why do solar? Yeah, maybe I don't do this housing thing at all. And maybe I just wait to see like what happens. Maybe I buy some land anyway. But yeah, buying land. I'm glad they're selling it cheap. It's like as the birth rate's been like tepid, and that's actually really, really good for people who want to buy land, is that there's not a huge amount of competition. People don't want to buy. The problem with buying land that you don't go to is you don't know what's happening there. You can't take care of it. You can't make sure people aren't touching it, right? So I lost the book, The Philosophy of the Masters. I threw it away without finding it, or it was in my other car and I just left it. Maybe I brought it with me in the Xterra and I never had it anymore. But found a photo of my family, which I like a lot. Yeah, so I am going to keep doing this where I'm like trying to get some good acreage. Basically, it's going to be undeveloped land, but hopefully it has a good town that can support me. And put some connexes on it. Start with a 20 by 8, and then do make a plot for 5 40 by 8s, which is going to be crazy. So it's a 40 by 40 Connex square, and yeah, until that gets insulated, that's going to be fucking hot, right? But it'll be really cool to live there. Yeah. So that concrete slab, man, it's like you pretty much have to do the concrete slab. Maybe you don't. People have said putting a Connex on gravel is okay. So if it's really like just dirt, arid dirt, you might be able to get away with just putting the concrete on the ground, or the Connex on the ground. I hope so. That'd be great. It'd be weird to build doorways between Connexes that weren't totally level and adjoined. That would be totally weird. But if I do the gap filler with like a freaking caulk, like I'm just going to spray foam around the hole I cut, it could be raggedy like that, really janky. I've lived in plywood homes. I've lived in Connexes before. Um, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to like spray up the doorways. Yep. And then I'll make my original house when I move out into the big compound, the guest house. Or maybe make that the garage. Maybe make the garage separate. Yeah, that'd be cool. This car fits in a Connex. I could drive this car right into the Connex and just keep it like stored. So yeah, I would definitely like, if I just had this and I wasn't planning on registering it, I would just have it as like the fucking illegal beater. Like drive the fucking, you can do that. I have done that before where you get like those cars that have the license plate above the tow hitch. With AI watching everything, people don't give a fuck about registrations anymore. Like cops, they don't really care. And I've done that where I like drove with an expired registration, and what I did is I covered up my license plate with a freaking tow, with the tow hitch. That works. Nobody pulled me over. They're like, can't see it, don't care. I don't mind. It's like, if AI is watching everything, then the whole reason you did that's gone. You know who it is. You know where they're going. You know everything. So why even care? Is this on? No. Just got staticized. So another little buggo. Little buggo. Come on, bug. Come on, bug. But yeah. No, it's funny. I found this dude from 2013 drew this. I was trying to draw it like this. You know, I have my drawing method. This is like, my drawing method is crazy because it's like evolutionary. That's why it's so good. But like the big blocky way that people do it is so bizarre. I'm just not good at that. Yeah, there's different types of intelligence. I have a type of intelligence that doesn't mesh well with the world, and I've found out how to use mine in a way that helps people. So yeah, I'm super excited for Container Home. I mean, even a 20 by 10, even a 20 by 8, is it 20 by 10 or 20 by 8? I think it's 20 by 8. A 20 by 8 half Connex, which I guess is a full Connex, and the 40 would be a double. And then you have the extra tall. There's a high version, which I don't need. You know, it's like the short version goes to like 7 feet 11 inches, so it's like pretty high up there. I definitely don't need that. It would be interesting if I could fit, you know, a bed, batteries, refrigerator, and all of that inside of there. I would still keep the tent as like the outhouse. Yeah, I would like keep the tent without a bottom and dig a fucking trench and just poo in the trench with some like good stuff for decomposition. It's just so easy. You don't need to clean anything. You don't need to move anything. And when the trench is finally full, you know, like after months, what I do is I just totally bury it and I move the tent. And so I just leave that as a secret. That's my secret poo wall. Oh well. Got a poo wall in my backyard. I've got 5 acres and some of it's a fucking poo wall. Who cares? So yeah, but I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. It's the first real life plan I've had in a while. I wouldn't recommend doing drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol are gonna really affect your mood and make you a horrible person. They just do. It's like, they just feel so good. It's like when you're just getting high or when you're just getting drunk, it's like, oh yeah, like getting in a hot tub or whatever. It's quite good. But like after you just like keep it going, like I'm gonna get drunk or high all the time, every day. You can get in my fan. Come on, baby. Get in the zapper. No, this one's smart. It's so much fun, dude. They fucking like zap. Yeah, so I've just been yapping. But yeah, that's my plan. Is I'm gonna get probably I'll get a small Connex first, and then get it all set up with like solar and AC, and then that'll be there while I'm building the big one. Maybe that's what it is. I'll get a small, because like imagine running AC for a giant ass Connex. I'm gonna have to constantly be redoing it each time I build a new one. So yeah, it's gonna be fun though. Once I get the concrete slab, every couple months I'll be able to order a brand new. Hey, I want a new Connex. I want a new Connex. I want a new Connex, until I get 5, and then I'm gonna have to paint them and like work with them. Right, so it might be better just to get a 20 by 8, get a 20 by 8 and make that like my portable house, make that a tiny home while I'm building the bigger home. Yeah, some of those people are advertising no permits, no HOA, you don't need to ask, just build whatever you want. They're bastards. They get so freaking like demanding about what you can do. Any place, it sucks, but any place where your neighbors have like trash and junk piled high, you could probably build whatever you want. They won't say anything. So it's gonna be fun to get some. Oh, there he is, motherfucker! Get in the fucking thing. Get in the thing. He's already hit. Found his way in here somehow. Yep. Solar for power has been nice. I got my battery outside in the sun. I used to charge my phone off of my car. So I would like, when I would get there and sit, I would be running the car all the time to recharge my battery, which sucked. I did that for years. I did that for like 5 years. That was a horrible method. Definitely the way, way, way better method is having a big solar panel and big battery. I was so bizarre before. I don't know, man. The dewormer helped a lot. The, what do you call it? You know, it's like, I'm not rated for the head injury or the circumcision, but I feel like for the circumcision, they fucking owe me. Now that I've seen like videos of it being done and what they take off, yeah, clearly got them. Clearly they robbed my ass. Like clearly they just like robbed a baby with a knife. So I think the government owes me. Until the government pays me for that, I'm not gonna fucking give a shit about doing anything. You can pay back all the circumcision victims for ripping them off. That's what separation of church and state is. It's so they can fucking rip you off and then you can't sue them. So it's like all these priests who act like these like real like holy religious celibates, they all had houses and wives and stuff. And it's like, it's just dirty. It's like they make the scam, they put the face of the scammer as this poor devotee, but the people who actually put them to the task are the real elite. So it's like really fucking sketchy. But anyway, yeah, having my desert compound might be good. Yeah, might be good. That's probably how I'm gonna do it first. Is I'm gonna take the small 20 by 8, which people have. People make the half connexes into homes, and raise its roof a little, and then put like maybe with sandbags or something like that, and then drape a tarp over it and hammer the tarp down, and that's gonna be like really cooling. It's gonna be some good natural shade. And then I'll get an AC on a solar system, get some solar out in the yard. It'd be great if I could just lay the solar on the ground. I'll put the solar on the roof later, but until I do, I'll just lay it down, right? And then while that's happening, I'll save up to get the slab and then save up to get the 5 40-footers. And after the 5 40-footers are totally built, I'll get the 6th and 7th one. And the 6th and 7th one are going to be the most expensive because I'm going to have to put like windows. Yeah, it's basically the windows in the patio. And then, you know, I don't have a house now, but one day I'm going to have a cool ass, big ass compound. I'm going to have something that's like will get attention. Container homes. I hope they don't have any silly rules like you can't use the what do you call it, the latches, you can't leave them on. I hope you can just leave it looking like a container. Yeah. I'm pretty excited. I hadn't had a plan for a house or a place in a while. I had looked for like houses, like $100,000 houses or stuff, and I just didn't find anything I liked. If you're buying a house for $100,000, it's got major problems, and a lot of them are in like neighborhoods touching other houses. So it's like the idea that I could get 5 acres or even more um, is really appealing. When you're searching for it by price, the people who offer you their monthly rate are probably, yeah, it's a little weird. The monthly rate would be appealing to someone who's like on Social Security, which I'm not. Um, I could have. I could have applied for Social Security and I didn't. This was like my sense of social responsibility was no, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I believe in basic income. Just print free money every day for each person out of 3. And then all those social programs and all those handouts and all that stuff is useless. And then print the government money out of 6. What you're doing is you're doing it for service. So you get double of what free is. And then the actual civilian side will look like kings. You won't get it used to be you get paid the most being a part of the government, which how's the government supposed to pay for all that with taxes? That doesn't make any sense. And then the system will be like the people who work civilian side will be the ones who are actually rich, and the government will be like a service crew. You'll still respect them. Like you're talking about a civil servant, someone who does it. Like when I was a soldier, I didn't do it for the money at all. I didn't make any money. I didn't make any money at all. Those hours were long and hard, and the things I had to do sucked, and I didn't get paid anything. And so, like, I kind of have an eye or a mind for that for other people to like look out for them and stuff. Make sure they're not getting used too bad. Anyway, I've yapped and yapped today. It's just I'm so excited that I have this like this house project idea. Get some nice arid flat land. And if the land's a bust, like let's say I buy it and I don't like it or something, I've got some land. It's mine. Right? Put my name on it. And then yeah, one little shipping home container, pretty easy to do. I'm going to insulate the outside, not the inside. Yeah, I'm going to insulate the outside. Take like soundproofing paneling and take like roof reflective paneling and all that. Make it a little cube and get my own solar panels probably on the ground outside away. And keep some batteries charged to run the AC and keep my phone up. And then that's that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I really like these O-lights. These things are fucking awesome. They're easy to recharge. They're super bright and you can put them anywhere. I really like that about that. And that's what's good about the shipping container inside is I can just take this and put it anywhere inside the shipping container and that's where the light is, which I like a lot. This whole idea that it's like, this is the light. You hit the switch over there. That's old. That's the old way to do it. The new way is everything's USB-C rechargeable off of solar, and you can put it anywhere with a magnet. That's the new way. And it's like people are like, what? Huh? Who? Right? So anyway, it's okay. Yeah, that's it. I gotta put my blinder over my front of my car now soon because it's about to get hot. It's gonna be like 87 today for some reason. Well, last time it was supposed to be in this fucking the hottest fucks. It was it was wrong and it rained instead. But that doesn't look like I'm that lucky this time. It's like blue sky. Yeah. Living in AC with solar, man, it's gonna be pretty cool. And if I can get it with internet, with Wi-Fi, with the 5G, that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be so lucky. I won't need to get Starlink or anything. I'm telling you what, because I talk shit on Elon Musk. If I get Starlink, it may not go good for me. I might get like monitored. You know what I mean? I don't trust that guy. X is, he talks about X as preserving freedom of speech. X will freaking devalue your account if you don't pay them. Literally, they're like, hey, you want to pay us $200 a year to have, like, they literally say more people will see your posts, right? And if you say no, the next day after I said no, they said your account has been delisted for being inauthentic. The guy who has fake bots all day will tell people who don't pay them they are inauthentic. Elon Musk is a tyrant. Elon Musk cannot be trusted. The little projects, you remember when he was bragging about firing people? Elon Musk loves that. I fired him. He's just going to hire some young engineer to do it all and go breed, and everyone's going to fucking clap because they saw some bots like it. It's sad. It's like, where am I going? I'm going to live in a fucking bunker. That's the other option, is putting the shipping containers underground. There was the really cool shipping container home in Australia, Tasmania, Australia. They used shipping containers in a crazy way. This person built a shipping container home up in a tower. Shipping container, like a fucking madman. There's a shipping container going like this, right? Yeah, it's crazy. That's definitely inspirational. So yeah, it's like maybe I will get a bunch of acres and build like the craziest shipping container compound ever, right? It's like every few months I can build a new container and then, yeah, get it delivered. Maybe if I'm going to do that, I may as well just get a truck and a freaking flatbed for lifting the containers. Get a 40-foot freaking container bed. And then I could get equipment to my site too. Be able to take equipment there. The sun is hard. I can't imagine being in hundreds of degrees. Hundreds of degrees, or 100+ degrees, you know what I mean? That shit sucks. So hot. So anyway, I'm going to go now. Thanks for listening to my yap. I appreciate you. I do. I thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to be living in the finest compound in a hidden location. I'll never be able to show people the mountains or mention where I am. It'll be like, because if I say it once, people watch my shit and don't tell me, and they'll react when I have a couple times posted where I was, and it always costed me. Somebody knew, right? They notice immediately and they act immediately. So it's crazy. They don't say hi. These are not people who talk to me, right? They're not people who talk to me. They just show up to see what's happening. I wouldn't mind if it's like, oh, hey, I'm this real person. This is my page. I'm doing this. I thought what you said was interesting. Would you like to go to lunch? I would totally be down with that. I'd be like, that's fine. Let's do it this time. We'll meet and be like real gracious and nice and stuff. But they do not do that. They just like, it's like an ambush. It was a harmless ambush. It was an ambush. 2 ambushes. No, one of them was a harmful ambush. One of them was like fucking bad. But yeah, buy some land. You could buy land for $8,000. The reason people don't do that is if they don't live at it, they can't take care of it, and they'd end up paying property taxes on it every year. And they just don't want to live out there. They don't want to live like that far out of their work zone, which I guess is why people stay in cities as work. Is that one major company, for Hollywood, it's like movies, which is pretty glamorous. I would have loved to have lived another life where I was like a famous actor. That would be so much fun. It just looks like it's so hard to keep going. You want to be popular for a long time and always have new roles? This seems challenging. So, and part of it, like the word is that those people who win those acting gigs are like, they pay for it. That basically it's like who you think of as Edward Norton. He's not like a genius actor that directors are like, oh my gosh. It's that he's financially solvent and he can freaking support the production, right? So holographic money is meant to fix that. It's meant to make money not a freaking scam anymore. When money was gold, yeah, I guess, but now that money is like, they call it fiat. But holographic's a great idea. It's a time and space collectible. So if you're living a real life of interest, then you're gonna have cool money. And if you have and if the AI is watching you, then you're gonna have security. So holographic money takes care of security and safety and gives us a tangible time and space collectible. Holographic money is cool. A lot of people haven't talked about holographic money, right? But I have, and I think it's awesome. So anyway, I'm done yapping today. Uh, I'm planning on a home. I guess like when I started, I was gonna do the 40 by 5, so 40 by 40, uh, and now I'm gonna do the 20 by 10, the 20 by 8. Start off with a smaller container and make the smaller container the kind of like live-in base while I build the bigger setup. Yeah. Yeah. Leave the smaller container air conditioned while I like lay out the big one and do all the work on it. Yeah. That's going to be fun to get going. It's going to be quite fun to get going. I hope I get a primo spot. It's got to have mountain views. It doesn't have to have a forest, but I'd prefer it to. And it's also got to have like good access to solar and not too hot. Like if I could have solar year round and it be 90 degrees, that's key. Over 100, that's going to get tough. It's going to get tough. I'm going to have a lot of power and a lot of AC and a lot of insulation. So, and then once I'm done, once I've like mastered the big container, the big square, I'm going to add the top to it, get the 6th and 7th bedrooms. And then maybe by then I'd be like, meet my woman and having kids. Who knows if I'll do that, but yeah. It's a pretty strong instinct. Oh, time to fucking breed. I'm cleaning my arms. I'm cleaning all this old dirt off. Yeah, once the layer gets good and it starts getting hot, it just falls right off you. You don't even need a bath. It just falls right off you. So one day when I have the big setup, I'll have cats too. I'll get some cool cats. I'm planning the distance between like number 2 and number 3, the living room and the appliance room. I'm planning on having like a bar. You know what I mean? Where it's like the appliance room is basically like the refrigerator and stuff. So maybe I could have a standalone electric washer. Those are okay. Definitely I'm interested in like maybe make the battery room, since it's got all the batteries in it. Maybe make that also the water container. And maybe have a giant like water tank in there that I can fill up or add to. I definitely like burning my plastic bottles. I breathe it sometimes. It doesn't smell that bad. Hopefully I don't fucking die, but I don't think it's like that toxic. I don't know what stuff you do burns. I don't think it goes into the atmosphere. I think it like flies up until it loses temperature and then it falls and it's like dust. So I think it's okay. So anyway, I've talked enough. It's been a fun yap. Yeah, starting with a tiny container is probably the best. Make a tiny home out there, 20 by 8, and then really make that like a nice home, like something that's like air conditioned and has like amenities, and then start on the big project, which is the big house. Yeah, maybe I can get a deal, like get 2 or 3 properties next to each other. There's been people who are offering that. You can buy multiple. So probably cut them a deal, especially if they've been trying to sell for a while and no one's buying. I could write them and be like, hey, I need a, what's up, bug? How you doing? Weird. What? So, yeah, get some good land. Good land for a compound. Anything that's not hooked up to utilities or electricity, I don't think I need a permit for. Like, do you need a permit for solar? Yuck. Hey, Mr. Government, can I please do what I want, please? Is it okay? Not for me. I don't want to ask. I don't want to ask. I just want to do it. I don't want anyone to say shit. I would rather threaten their lives than let them tell me what to do. Yeah. I'm not a bad person. It's not like, okay, if I was doing something really offensive, like I built my compound in a Nazi Nazi symbol. Everybody. Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. See, it is interesting. It's like, do you take your shipping containers and put them like long ways toward each other like that? Or do you take your shipping containers and put them side to side to side to side and then knock the walls out on the inside? I think what you do is you put them side to side to side and you knock the walls out on the inside, and then you like, I don't know how to build pillars. I hope there's like an expando pillar, like something that I can just like raise and tighten and it'll stay there and it's a good support. I hope that's what I can do. Yeah. Is just put supports on the inside. Yeah. 20 by 8. Hey, 8 feet? I can lay out like that in 8 feet, long ways on it. So that means my whole bed is just going to take up one side of it. And that means like I could have all this room for water, batteries, a refrigerator, AC, a desk. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm getting some land and I'm going to get a Connex delivered on it and I'm going to make it solar and air conditioned. You know what I should do is I should save through the summer. I should keep saving through the summer and then like do it as the temperature is turning down so I can get the whole like AC. That's what I'll do. This is the value of watching till the end of the video, is you'll know that I have made the plan that I'm going to save through the summer and then starting whatever September, October, November, then I'm going to buy some land in like one of the arid portions and do a lot of good research like on the area, buy the land cash, show up and be like, here it is cash. You ask for cash, you mean physical money. You don't mean a bank transfer. You mean like physical fucking money. So like, you gotta ask. Some people mean cash, they mean like physical money. Other people say cash, they mean like send it to me on, send me an invoice. You can make invoices and send to people like, you owe me this amount of money for this job. PayPal does it. Yeah. Elon Musk. The dude just wanted to breed and chase the money. Anything to chase. Oh, I just want to help humanity. Yeah, right, bro. You don't even know what you're doing. So anyway. Yeah. I'm going to save through the summer. And then when it starts getting cool again, I'm going to build. Because then I don't have to heat my fucking Connex over the winter. Or I don't have to cool my Connex over the winter. I can just have a box I'll work with. Park my car. It's going to be so much fun. Instead of parking in national forest, I'll be parking on my land next to my Connex and doing like work on it. So yeah, and as soon as it's mine, I can get a registry with the building permit. Yeah, I guess you get the building permit first when you send them a plan. Electrical, no sewage. The sewage is going to be compost. So it's not illegal to bury your poo. It's actually not. Because it does decompose. It takes a year to decompose in the desert, and it takes 2 months to decompose in the forest. So, like, I've been out here 2 weeks. I have seen 0 cars. They can't see me before they drive up. Just nobody's wanted to drive up here. So, if I poop outside, there'll probably be no one else trying to poop outside for 4, 5, 6 months. So that means that by the time they do, it'll just be dirt, which is good. Yeah. I'm pretty excited about this plan. I'm super excited about this plan. because it's gonna be really nice to be parked on my land, um, and to be like, here's my Connex, my first Connex, which will be in the dirt. The next Connex will be a freaking concrete slab, which is going to cost like $10,000 for the mesh reinforcement for the sheer cubic volume, 40 by 40, so 42 by 42. It's going to be like $10,000, and that's even like hoping the delivery is not crazy. Hopefully the delivery is like, yeah, that's fine. They've said that if you have a huge order, you'll usually start to get a discount. Yeah, I imagine it's like one dude owns a cement company. Yeah, $10,000. He's like, oh, good. That's all the work I need to do for the next month. Right? I've got this bulk concrete I got on a deal, and I'll just mix it up for him and drive it out there, make 10 grand. Maybe they'll do that. Do it myself? Nah, if you can pour concrete in segments, which you can pour a little bit at a time and just mix more, and pour a little bit at a time and mix more. But it gets weird. Yeah, I don't know if you want to do that. And then there's the other option is just get tons of gravel. Just get tons of gravel shipped and then freaking wheelbarrow and shovel that shit into the fucking shape of the place I want. Yeah, I could mark out a space 40 by 40 and dig down under it and then get like tons. They deliver tons of gravel. You can get tons of gravel for like $40. So yeah, just lay the whole thing with gravel and then put that down there. Maybe that's better. Yeah. It's obviously like if you want to get like your connexes perfectly touching and perfectly symmetrical and perfectly flat, I'm going to need to get some professional concrete layers to do that. Yeah. 42 feet by 42 feet. It's a huge area. But any pro construction worker would have done that many, many times. So no utilities. No utilities. It's going to have solar power, water tank. That's all I need. It'll be cool though. I can already visualize it. It's going to be an awesome like compound house. Yeah. Definitely the trick is going to be like on all the sunny sides, putting either shade or getting like that really reflective coating and putting it up, like the solar insulation. That's going to be neat. Having good guns and good security. Yeah, that's going to be key too. Floodlights and scary signs. Good fence. This will be a multi-year project building my compound, but it's going to be nice. It's going to be fun. I'm not building a traditional wooden house. I'm not buying anything anyone else built. I mean, the Connexes are built by other people, but how attractive is that? You can get a 40-foot Connex for $4,000. Now, compare that to the price of a house, right? What are the privileges you get with a house? Centralized AC already works. You can take a shower. There's a stovetop. That's about it. Now, if you compare that with like, okay, I'm going to get a bunch of car batteries in sequence and use some solar panels to charge that. Yeah, that's going to cost you another $2,000 to $4,000. But once that's done, you've got basically enough to run a refrigerator and all your appliances. You could recharge your angle grinder and do more work. Your AC can run. Yeah. Getting my tiny box and then building the slab. I guess I'll just get some permits. It can't be that bad. Like, especially if it's like designed for off-grid. Like, I'm not doing any utilities. It's going to be off-grid. I know how to do. You can compost your poo. It's not illegal to poo in your yard. You just have to compost it. It is illegal to poo on the surface because it'll attract flies and shit. You'll have a fucking mess. But like, Imagine it's like somebody's there. Do you own dogs? Nah, man, that's my poo. That's crazy. But I've seen some crazy shit. I've seen some crazy ass shit. I knew people who were rich poor. They were so rich they had an airfield, but they were so poor that everyone was skitsed out. So, yeah, well, it's getting hot. I gotta do this window. So I'll see you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, internet. It's been fun. Fun talking to you. Yeah. Saving for some land, and I'm gonna